20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gonna run.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
56, Mike, 56. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Bring it.
Darnold from the gun. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, he did what he... he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. And some space here. Taking it right down Broadway. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll run on first down. Bentley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, Allen. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
A gain of 16 yards. 56, right there, 56. Hey, come on,
Throwing on first down is Allen. Airing one out for Boyd. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second down and 10, Darnold. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's third down.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
We got this.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They'll get this out wide to Boyd. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 41, Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level. Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well. And in this early round, the defense wins. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch twist. Hatch it. 25. Check it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run. Here's Darnold. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead. How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands. They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Hey, defense, let's go.
Off of play action, Darnold. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone? Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions. Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Crunch time, defense. 53's the Mike. 53. Check it out.
Darnold to throw again. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jets will extend their lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
Another try after the first down sack. Allen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Darnold. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. He completes it to Boyd. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Let's go.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Bengals.
50. 56. Check 56. Not here.
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide.
56.
Hey, orbit.
Yeah. We don't want none. 56 to Mike. 56 is the mic.
Allen now on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive or no? And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Allen now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Now Allen.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Mike 57, Mike 57. I got one.
Darnold on first down. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets will extend their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Rosas good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
12 yards that time in the Cincinnati first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Allen going to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Darnold. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
There we go. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's go, D.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's our time.
Darnold now to throw. Jones has it. And out across midfield down to the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Motion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
53, check 53. Here we go. And 80.
Go, go.
53, Mike. Let's go.
To throw is Darnold.
What we got?
He's going to go for a big play downfield. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He gets this one to Boyd. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Allen now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Allen now looks to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just
under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Rosas now to kick this one away.
Come on, fellas.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
56 to Mike. Alert, alert, alert. Here we go, G.
Smooth.
Spike 56.
Go.
Throwing is Allen on third. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's get the ball.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Darnold got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? I got you, boy. The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Allen. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. On play action, Allen. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Off of play action, Darnold. Caught by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
56, check, 56.
Middle. Hey, Zoo.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Mike, 56. Watch the run.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Wild Bill.
Darnold from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
To try again after the sack. Darnold, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and more.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. He's got Smith here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
42. Bengals 16. Set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On first down, they run with Howard. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
All day. Big edge, big edge, big edge. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10.
Hey, home.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bengals on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it again with Fournette. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Red 80. Check. Hey, alert 3.
Back to throw, Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Kill. Whip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. They'll set up the screen to Howard. Fighting through, and he's got space. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just, didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.